Hello, welcome back. You have found yourself in a Flosstube video on my channel. Most of my channel is dedicated to nail polish swatching, but I started doing some Flosstube videos a couple months ago, and this is your next installment. So welcome to Flosstube number 4. This is going to be kind of a longer video because it hasn't just been 2 weeks. I think it's been maybe like 3 weeks and a little bit. So I have a bunch of stuff to share with you. I was able to go to a new to me local stitchery store, so I have like a little tour of that. I went up to Shepherd's Bush in Ogden, Utah, I think. It was a little bit of a drive for me. Also, this video is going to include half of Maynia. Maynia is a thing where I think it's like not quite as popular right now, but because I just barely found Flosstube, it's new to me this year. And it's where you start a new project the first whatever days of Maynia, that is the number of the year. So this is 2022, so I'm starting a new project for the first 22 days of Maynia. I doubt that I would do it the same way next year because I will have like a whole year being back into my stitchy hobby, and so I'm not going to really have room to start that many new projects. But because I am back into one of my favorite hobbies ever, which is cross stitch, by the way, I had a chance to start a lot of new projects, which is what I wanted to do because I wanted to try a lot of different designers. I think you're going to see a different designer in every project from me from Maynia, and so that way I can get a feel for what I like at this stage in my life. I cross-stitched a lot in my 20s, and then I kind of took a break in my 30s until recently, and I fell back in love with it. And especially invigorated by all of the indie designers for cross stitch these days. So I'm going to save that tour till the end of Shepherd's Bush. It's just going to be a quick little tour, but I really enjoyed that shop. It's, wow, it's stacked. Like, there is so much in there, and every wall, the projects stitched on the walls go all the way up to the ceilings. It is like magnificent in there. So it's a shame it's not closer to me. So first I'm going to talk about my whips, which means works in progress. I had a few things before I started Maynia, and then I started Maynia, and then we'll go on to things that I've hauled in the last 3 weeks. A bunch of those items will be in the whips, so I'll tell you that at the time of showing you each day's project. I did film a little video for each day, so I have that already prepped to show you what I got accomplished on each day. And then after haul, I will show you the little shop tour of Shepherd's Bush. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, before Maynia started, I was working on a few projects. One is this very messy European Bistro Dimensions Gold kit. So this is the one, remember, that I'm doing in now I can't remember the name of it. When you go all the way across the one row, parking, because you're parking the threads. So I've linked in past videos about the parking method. So if you want to look at that, it looks like I need to take off one more of my Q-snaps edges. I just broke a nail taking off this Q-snap, by the way, so just beware. And that actually is important for me to not break nails since I'm a nail polish watcher, but you know, hey, it happens. So since the last time we looked at this, and yes, this is the messiest project in my stash because of the parking method, but I made it all the way across the top, whoops, all the way across the top, and then I guess it gets pretty sparse up here. And then I went all the way back, and I started on row 2, and I didn't get very far on row 2. Look what happened, you guys. I was getting this out to share in today's video, and I noticed that somebody had spilled something pink on my design. So, I mean, the edge of the design goes literally right to here, so I'm thankful it didn't get spilled this way a little bit more because I can basically just cover this all up with stitches. So that was very silly, but anyway, there's my European Bistro progress. Here, let me just, there we go. Okay, so I think I only stitched on 2 projects before Maynia started. No, 3. One is a finish. I had so much fun with this project. So I will put on the screen the finished look of this design, and then also what it's called and all that good stuff. But basically, this Etsy designer had this project that has like 6 of these gnomes with magical They're like mostly Marvel superheroes, and then Harry Potter was randomly in there. So anyway, this was right before I left for Harry Potter World, so I wanted to stitch Harry Potter first, and then I am moving on to Hulk. Hulk is going to go right above him, and then this, I'll link in the description bar, all these projects, obviously. This designer had like an add-on to this design where she had 6 more or 4 more or something like that. Maybe the original design had 8 and then she added 6 more. I don't know. Anyway, I'm adding a few of those into this pattern to make it like more. I'm not doing her whole design, but I'm going to add a few more into this design. So anyway, also this fabric was a real treat to work on. So I will put this up on the screen as well. I don't know if it's picking up, but it's a little very light green. It's a washed out kind of jade shade. So I really, really enjoyed this, and it's not coming to my mind right now what it is. Actually, it looks like it might be this. Picture this plus 28 count pewter. I got this while I was in Stitcher's Paradise. So anyway, could that be right? I mean, it's green. It's a green pewter. I feel like I talked about this in another video. So I had stuck this in my project bag, which is a plastic bag, just to be clear, so that I could remember what I had stitched it on. So really, really loving this project. After Maynia, I plan to get back into it, and I want to work more on Hulk, but there you have that. All right, so this was my 3rd whip before I started Maynia, and this one ended up being a finish. I mean, you can probably get this done in one nice long sitting. Oh, look, oh, I missed one little tiny stitch. So actually, this is not a finish. Nope, there's another one. So this is why you go back and check your work. But anyway, I probably won't show this one again after this. I thought this was a finish when I put it away, so that means it was totally a finish, right? Anyway, this was fun and cute. A really fast, easy project. I ended up buying like 7 from this designer on Etsy, which of course you know will be linked in the description bar below. What I learned though after stitching this is I didn't receive as much satisfaction as I wanted to from stitching such a great masterpiece of artwork, you know, stitching a facsimile of it, because there's just not enough detail at this scale, and I just felt kind of gypped. I was like, oh, I'm just really replicating something that barely looks like it. So I don't know how many more of those that I'm really gonna stitch of this from this Etsy designer, just because it is so small. You can see my hand in comparison. So it was fun, but it was a little bit of a letdown when it was done, that it just wasn't I don't know. I mean, obviously I should have known it wasn't going to be that detailed, but anyway, it was fun. So I'm probably going to work on some of my other projects before picking up another one from this though. So for day 1 of Maynia, I'm working on its Spring Fever from Blackbird Designs. And here is my start. So I didn't get a ton of stitching done today, as you can see, but I got the whole bird outlined and starting to fill him in. So this is my first Blackbird design project as well. So very excited about that. I just really loved the colors in here. And I'm stitching this on a fabric that they had at Shepherd's Bush. They had all of these Blackbirds series designs, and then they had all of these pre-cut little linens, and so I'm not really sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's 32 count, but besides that, I'm not sure. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so I discovered as I have been going along editing this video and all my little clips that I saved from each day that I was like a little bit of a screwball. I really didn't put the right date usually when I was talking about each thing, and I think this is my day 2, although I'm kind of wondering if maybe not because I have so much done on it. Anyway, this is this pattern, and it's from the Primitive Hare, Halloween This Way, and it has this cute sign, and I'm stitching it on the fabric that the model was stitched on, and it's the Dark Spell 30 count linen. And it is, yeah, Dark Spell Big. I was like, and it's in the colorway. So this is what I have done. I outlined one sign and I started outlining the next one. So not a terribly lot, but this is another one of the first, I think a little bit on day 4, you're going to see my very first pattern that I bought. And this is one of the very first as well, like in that first week. So I was excited to finally get to stitch this. Okay, here's my Maynia start for day 3. This is a pattern from Stitchrovia. I think it's called Be Inkspired. It's tattoo inspired artwork, and I will show you the picture of what it's going to look like eventually. So I started in the very middle, and then I just kind of like worked out from there and then started moving that way. So this was my start for day 3. Okay, day 4 of Stitch Maynia 2022. This is the pattern that I chose, the Fox A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is one of the first patterns that I purchased after falling back in love with cross stitch recently, after learning about Flosstube and discovering all these indie designers. And so I was excited to get going on this one. So I don't have the exact fabric that it was called for or that was used in the sample, but this is Cote of Doves. It's an Aida, and I think it's from Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So anyway, I didn't get a ton done. As you guys know, for me, this is a pretty good amount that I'm able to do in, you know, maybe a half an hour to an hour of stitching that I get a day. On my thumb is a new polish from Moonshine Manny that's coming in June, in case you're interested in that. Just hold tight for our neons. So that's everything I've done for day 4. So I have stitched along in here, and yeah, so he's really cute and fun, and it's a lot smaller of a project than I thought. So that's actually pretty exciting. Hello, welcome to day 5, Stitch Maynia 2022. This is my pattern for day 5. I'm hoping that the light reflecting isn't too bad. So I'm going to pop up on the screen what this is going to be, because you have no idea by looking at this. So my father is really, really into deer, and not so much like hunting, but he grew up with a family that did a lot of hunting. And he's just always been obsessed with deer. So I found this cute pattern at Light Unicorn Designs on Etsy. I think it's just called Deer 6. And here's what I've done so far. So you guys should be used to it by now. I don't make a ton of progress each day, but I make some. And again, I have kind of a smaller design here, so I'm excited for that. On my thumb today is another Moonshine Manny shade coming out with our neons in June. So, anyway, there's Deer 6. This is on a Zweigart fabric, vintage oat. I think that I just got in, at Hobby Lobby, something like that. So, there you have Deer 6. So, I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be really pretty. Hello, welcome to Maynia Day 6. Yes. Okay, so for today's start, I chose Eat Cake by Sue Hillis Designs, and this is like way smaller than I thought it was going to be. Again, I feel like I keep saying that, but that's a really good thing for these little projects for me, for Maynia. The more you weigh, the harder you are to kidnap. Stay safe, eat cake, it's so cute, and my favorite dessert is strawberry shortcake, so I just love that. And here is my start. So I ended up stitching on this slightly pink, iridescent Aida, and I wanted something a little pink, and so it's a little bit bigger than I would like. This is a 14 count, but that's okay. So here's my start, and I realized that I had a couple threads that I was actually missing for this project, so that's what I have finished so far from this one. Hello, welcome to Maynia Day 7. For this day, I chose this beautiful pattern from, here's the designer, and the brand is Jardin, Prive, I don't know. Anyway, it's the springy one because I don't have a lot of springy stuff that I'm working on. Look at those cute sheep. So anyway, I got so far, you guys. Just kidding. So yes, that is, I only did a few little motifs, and I am stitching this on, I have it here. This is 32 count light mocha. 32 count light mocha. And so yeah, that's Maynia day 7. All right, this is day 8, and I'm pretty sure this is the project I was working on Mother's Day. And this is called Friendship Garden by Heart in Hand. A friend overlooks your broken fence and admires the flowers in your garden. It is so, so cute. I am also doing the conversion from the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in Cottonwood Heights. They had a conversion on their shop model, and I decided to do the conversion because I liked it. So it's just making, a couple of the shades are just lighter. Like you can see, the lettering is lighter on mine. So I'm doing their conversion. Can't take credit for that. And that's how far I got on Mother's Day. I didn't have a ton of stitchy time on Mother's Day, but I think this was my first project where I had letters. So that is fun. This is reminding me, this is like taking me back to a project that I worked on when I was 12 or something. Whoa, I'm having flashbacks. Okay, anyway, oh, this is stitched on, I've been putting it on the screen, I believe, but I think this is Vintage Country Mocha. So, yes, it's beautiful. I like the fabric a lot. Okay, day 9 is this project right here. This is Summertime by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this is going to be so cute. So I started smack dab in the middle, and so I got days done. And I really just enjoy how this pattern is very geometric and everything stands out so nice and has all these refreshing colors. So I don't know where I'll go next. I think that I loaded up my needle to go down to In the Days in the Sun. But then I moved on to the next day. So we'll see when I get back to this. Here is my project for day 9. We have Little Sheep Virtue number 12, Joyfulness from Little House Needleworks. I got this because Joy loves sheep, and I'm just going to only write the word joy on there and put it right smack dab in the middle, I think, and give it to her maybe for Christmas. So, yeah. Anyway, this day I was on an airplane for 4.5 hours, so that's why I have more done on this than pretty much any project you've seen from Maynia so far. So I think this is so cute. And one of the flight attendants, every time he would pass my chair, he would be like, "Oh, it's looking so good." And then the next time he would say it again, it was really cute and sweet. So this was super fun. All right, here's my Maynia day 11. Cross stitch makes everything okay from Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. So this was a great project to take on my trip because I really only needed to take like 4 threads, but really I only needed 1 because that's as much as I did. So I did this on a non-airplane day, so I did not get a ton done, but you know, that's where we're going with it. I also feel like I significantly underestimated the size of this project. I'm gonna have to go back and reread the dimensions that I need for this tiny little pillow, because this is looking huge. So I don't know, maybe I need to try to like figure out the makes and see if everything's gonna fit on there. I mean, I'm gonna be cutting it super close to the edge. I don't know how that happened. I remember when I cut this out, I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be tiny, and then I started working on the letters and I thought, oh no. So we shall see. I have more of this fabric, which I really like. I'll put on the screen what it is. I haven't been telling what the fabrics are, so I will try to put those on the screen. But I have more of this. It just would mean I'd have to start completely over, but you know, I didn't really get that much done, so it'll probably be okay. All right, for day 12, I had another airplane day, and I figured this would make a really great project for the airplanes. I just have to take the one thread. So this is half the fun from Ink Circles. And I was really excited about this one. So this was on my airplane on the way home. And this is my first project that I've stitched with a silk floss. And it was very lovely to stitch with. This fabric is looking more gray. I mean, it definitely is gray, but it's a rosy purple gray. I don't know if you can tell that. Again, I'll put up on the screen what it is. But I love stitching on this, and I'm excited for this project. It's really nice to just only have the one floss color. This is my first project I've ever done like that. And I'm discovering that I really like it. So anyway, that is that. All right, I picked up this little guy from Plum Street Samplers. This is Rack Stack. Those are reindeer, I believe. They're supposed to be deer or reindeer. So next, I grabbed this pattern Summer Lineup from the Trilogy. I hadn't tried anything from the Trilogy yet. So here is the design. We have sunflowers, bees, birds. It says Summer, Summer. Some boats, it looks like, watermelon, really, really cute. All right, this is my first Brenda Gervais. This is the Wordplay July. And so fireworks, shells, stars and stripes, parade, a day at the beach, sunshine. And this, out of all of her designs in the Wordplay series, this one seemed to be the most colorful, so I went for it. I have not really gotten to the phase of my stitchy journey where I really enjoy the really blown out colors yet. So we shall see when that ever happens. Next we have Strawberry Fields Forever, again from Blackbird Designs. And this one is the second in the Magical Mystery Tour series. So super pretty, really big, not technically a sampler, but for me, like more sampler looking than some of the other stuff I've gotten because of this borders and things. So excited for that. Next we have the Summer Breeze, or just Summer Breeze from the Prairie Schooler. And this one was stitched up and like featured as a project at the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in Utah. And so it just looked so beautiful. I decided to snag it, and I believe that they had a conversion for this. Let me check the back. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. A lot of the stuff there, they do have their own conversion for it. So in any case, there's that lovely design. And on my thumb today, in case you're wondering, the one finger that has nail polish on it, this is the June project dupe from Moonshine Manny. So you'll have to come check out some more videos to figure out what that is. All right, this is the third of the three Blackbird design projects that I mentioned. This is the Basket of Cherries, #1 in the Garden Club series, and it's just so cute. I am not necessarily really a bird person, but I did love all the bright cherry reds in this project, and so this one was very appealing to me. All right, so I picked up 2 of the hands-on designs, A Year of Celebrations, and this is part 2. I will show you part 1 in just a second, but here are all the designs that come with it, and just so cute and really lovely little projects. And I really love the finishing here, so cute as well. So excited for these. So you saw that I started project 1, #1, A Year in the Woods, during Maynia, and so I picked up #2 sometime in the last 3 weeks, and here's what it looks like. It's the swans. Just so very beautiful. There's a lot of really lovely golds in there. Oh, and I need to mention that is from Cottage Garden Samplings. I picked up one of my first, or not one of, the first Mill Hill to me. This is Buttons and Beads Winter Series Christmas Village. So that says the Village Bakery, so you know I had to snag that one. This will also be my first project on, what is that, perforated paper, I think is what it's called. So, and my first project with beads, so yay! Next I have from the Cricket collection, and this is just January. I didn't have any from this brand yet, and they have a whole bunch in this series with the words going across. So I figured I'd try January, and let's see if I like it. From the Drawn Thread, I purchased It's Halloween. So super, super cute. Candy corn, ghosts in white, jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins bright, black cats and bats, and goblins green. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Cannot have too many Halloween projects. I have another Prairie Schooler here. I saw this one stitched up on Flosstube, and it is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And the colors are just really interesting together. So this is Little Red Riding Hood from the Prairie Schooler. Next is this cute little square from Luminous Fiber Arts. There's like it's a 4-piece, I think. I got the yellow one. They're all monochromatic. Well, basically, you know, these are slightly different shades of gold here. And this is from Misty Purcell from Luminous Fiber Arts. Gathering Honey is the official name. I love yellow and purple, so I grabbed the yellow one. Right next, I have Haunted Hill Road. This says Trick or Treat Smell My Feet. It's from the Little Stitch Girl, another brand I hadn't tried yet, designed by Jardin Nickel. And this is pattern number 4, and it has a witch and a skeleton. It says Boo in the sky with the ghost, if you can see that, so that's cute. I have another pattern from Jardin Prive, maybe is how you say it. There's the designer, and I got this one because of all those cute little sheep. So I know I already started a project from this designer in Maynia, so I won't start this now, but it's pretty cute. So here's another Plum Street Samplers, a little tiny project, Jack's Sweet Shop Wilhelmina, and I grabbed this again on a day when I guess I was buying some sheep stuff, and there's a lot of pink in there, so I know Joy's gonna like that too. Alright, so I thought that I had shared this before, but my Google Docs shows that I hadn't. So Hello Halloween from Sue Hillis Designs. I apologize if you've already seen this from me. And I actually got really excited to start this for Maynia with this fabric. But then I realized I'd already started the cake one, so I shall start this another time. Okay, I've picked up my first Mirabilia pattern, and I chose this lovely lady. What is she called? Garden Prelude. And I did start her on Maynia, but not in the first 12 days that I showed you today, so you will see this in a couple weeks. And here is the other hands-on design packet brochure. This is the first one, actually, and this is the one that I started for Maynia this year. I started, a little spoiler for you, I started October because I couldn't help myself. So these are really, really fun and small projects. Even though it was small, I didn't actually get that much done, but that's okay. Okay, the next few things I'm going to share with you are digital downloads. So I was at the Witchy Stitcher Etsy shop, and I picked up 2 of her stitch-alongs. The first one that I grabbed is the Cryptid stitch-along. This one is one that I planned to start for Maynia, but haven't yet because I haven't decided which fabric I want to use. And so I feel like it needs a little bit of something creepy, but it can't be too dark because of, I want that black border to stand out. So yes, I'm really excited for this one. Look at all these fun little creatures. And then I purchased the Universal Monsters Stitch Along, and this one is more movie oriented, which you know I love. These are all like old-timey movies, and if you're wanting a stitch along for new horror movies, she has one of those as well. So this is the Universal Monsters, and it's so cute, and I love the little house, and it's so fun. Alright, this is a design from the Etsy shop Stitchrovia, and this is the office, and it's pretty cute. And as for the items that I started in Maynia that looked new, I was going to haul those as well here, but I decided that you've seen them in Maynia, so just count them as a haul when you watched me talk about them in Maynia. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed my flossy journey for the last 3 weeks. This is my Flosstube number 4. If you are a fan of nail polish and cross stitch, don't forget to subscribe so you see when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys back in a couple weeks for my next Flosstube video. And until then, take care, have a great stitchy time, and I can't wait to hear about what your current favorite project is down in the description bar below. Please include the designer so I can Google it. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye!